What's good with you, YouTube? What's good with you, TikTok? TikTok family, YouTube family, what's good? What's good? Let's get down to the brass tacks of this situation, shall we? I'm reacting today from my man Marquette Devon's video in which he's talking to Crash Out Girl here. Please check him out on YouTube, The Saint and the Sinner, at The Saint and the Sinner. Please go and check him out, please, on Instagram or on YouTube. Yes. But anyway, he's a real respected FBA. And he's talking to this young lady, and she's full of demons. I don't know if you guys can really see this, but really look in her eyes. Really look in her eyes deep. She has black eyes. Those are demons. That is a demon that is ready to manifest. Okay, this is the reason why we call it a Jezebel spirit. It is a spirit that happens through sexual deviance. It happens to men. It happens to women. Sometimes children are actually born through the Jezebel spirit because the matrix of the woman is where the portal of sex magic is manifest. If these things make sense to you, we'll be talking about these things more in my future videos, where I'll talk about black magic, I'll talk about sex magic, also Aleister Crowley, who actually birthed the 20th century with everything that we understand and know about UFOs and everything, all these things of that nature. So, gaslighting. Gaslighting is a form of manipulation. It comes down to black magic. It comes down to magic in general. The basis of magic is rebellion against God. And it's lying. It's what Cain did to God when God asked him where his brother was. He said, I know not. Am my brother's keeper? So this is the basis of black magic. It's manipulation. Manipulation as a form of control over another person's or another individual's mind. And you guys will understand, if you're dealing with a narcissist, you're dealing with a demon. If you're dealing with a sociopath, you're dealing with a demon. If you're dealing with a psychopath, you are dealing with a demon. You're still dealing with the human being. Don't get it twisted. I'm not going to sit here and get totally metaphysical on you. You are dealing with the person, but that person is possessed by demons. So we're going to get into this demon here. Like I said, I want you guys to look deeply in her eyes because you can actually see the demon manifesting. But let's get into this video here, and I want you guys to understand this. So let's get right into this.
Because you tried to tell me where I get my information. Don't tell me that. I hate black men who make stupid ass jokes.
You said you hate black men. You said you hate black men. I can tell.
You're ignorant.
Okay, she said she hates black men. And I know, we're not going to take that out of the context. I heard what she said. She said she hates black men that are like Marquette. I get it. But at the same time, on a subconscious, lower level, the hating black men is applicable. Because, just the disrespect on someone else's platform, the disrespect on the way she's speaking to him, the disrespect on cursing and everything else. She doesn't value anything but herself. Selfishness is also a part of narcissistic personality disorder. And she's so inside of being bipolar and antisocial personality disorder. Sorry, I'm having a hard time saying antisocial personality disorder. It's kind of a tongue twister. You get the gist. As we proceed.
Because you tried to tell me where I get my information. Don't tell me that. I hate black men who make stupid ass jokes.
You said you hate black men. You said you hate black men. I can tell.
You're ignorant to do that. To know that kind of comment. I'm going to tell you where you got your information and why. No. You don't know me. I'm God. Did I just tell you who the fuck I am and where the fuck I come from? I just told you that so that you could know. Not to fucking tell me. That was me telling you who the fuck I am and where the fuck I come from. Bow the fuck down. I open the door to media, mass media, for black people. The thing you doing right now, I brought
Grandiosity. I want you guys to understand. Grandiosity is one of the most... That's why people think that it's just about being conceited. It's not being conceited. It's grandiosity. Let's keep it moving. Let's go.
That's the 40 million people worldwide in the 1930s. You're just broadcasting to how many? Nobody gives a fuck about what you know. Do that. Thank you. Now in the matriarchal society, women will hold foundational institutional power, majority, governing seats, primary control of global wealth. We do not. We still fighting for rights in hospitals.
Why are you yelling and cursing?
Come over for a baby to come out.
Why are you yelling and cursing?
Which you know just makes the hospital more money.
Okay, great. Nick,
More money. They force us into C-sections to make more money. They identify our bodies. But now our asses.
Again, this is word salad. This is part of being delusional. I want you guys to understand that.
Here we have is in a satellite toe, but our bodies can't be out. Here we have in a satellite,
calm down.
but our bodies can't be out. Get the fuck out of here. Bow the fuck down to who the fuck I am. I'm a woman, female, God. How about God, you hoe? I'm the fucking God.
Listen. Nikki, can you unmute yourself?
Yes,
So
I
that was
can.
that was your lovely black sister there. Do you have any thoughts on her conduct?
Well, she is my lovely black sister. Okay,
Yes, she is.
and
She's our
no,
lovely
she
black
is.
sister.
She is my lovely black sister, and
Yes, indeed.
just like within any family members, or
Let's pause it right there because I just want y'all... Another thing I want y'all to understand is this whole sisterhood thing is just a way of everyone not having any accountability for what they do. It's a form of gaslighting. It just makes us believe... I mean, she can't say that she thought that woman was totally out of pocket. She can't say that. As a man, I would absolutely say that. I would not stand by and watch another man doing something that's absolutely wrong. It makes us all look bad. But it seems like women have this togetherness, sisterlyhood thing, and it causes no accountability. And then when you do stand up for somebody, then it's like now you become outed by the hive, or you become an auntie or something like that. Let's proceed.
family, you're gonna have some people. You know what I'm saying? So she's still my sister, no matter what. Okay, so and she is a lovely black sister. She is just very passionate about how she feels and what she thinks. And, yeah.
Does she look familiar at all? Does she seem familiar in the sense that she represents most of the stereotypes?
Now, they actually paused her out. They took her out of the live for at least a minute or so, and then she's still ranting. She don't even know that she's outside the live. That's how far she is outside of thinking. She's just reacting. Let's go.
Types of the black female.
No,
Okay, talk to
not
me.
for me. Not to me. But I do know that right now we're just living in a time where people are, you know, they're very emotional, both men and women, and you know we have to learn how to communicate with each other. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to come on, because even from me making the comment that I made, right? I don't personally, I would not be out there like that. Okay. Now, that's just my personal opinion. That's just me. I don't want to be out there like that showing my butt. And it has everything to do with a certain type of attention, you know, that goes along with that. Okay. Instead of us saying, okay, men need to learn how to, you know, conduct themselves in public, you know, hey, they don't know how to do that. So I need to make sure that when I'm out, okay, listen, I need to make sure that when I'm out, I'm not drawing a certain type of attention, okay? However, if somebody else chooses to do that, that's just what they choose to do. Nobody.
Let's not just go by that. She said men don't know how to conduct themselves in public. She gave the woman that was dressed like that in front of her child playing basketball, she didn't give that woman any accountability. She said it's men's fault. That's what she said. Let's keep it moving.
Tell another grown person what to do, what to say, how to act, what to wear.
Is that true, though?
And you say, is that true?
Yeah, is that true?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, ultimately that is true. I mean, okay, so let me say this. You will have in certain incidents, like somebody said, you know, when you go to court, okay, you can't wear certain things in court. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. But when you
so
are...
you obey the white man then? Like, the white man can tell you
we can
what
say
to
go
wear,
to school. You can say go to your job or whatever. I mean, he's not just saying that to black women or to black men. That's for everybody. A white woman can't go into court wearing certain...
This is facts. That's why I was trying to say before that feminism is fueled by white supremacy. White supremacy is what gives feminism its power, because it's really power over men. It's power over black men. You understand?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. This is the society that we live in. However, okay, if she's out on the basketball court and that's what she chooses to wear, then that's what she chooses to wear. Like, nobody can tell her that she cannot wear that. It's not illegal to wear that. Nobody can tell her that she can't wear that. Now, okay. It's up to the individual.
Again, she says it's not illegal. So she will abide by it if it is the white man's law. Back to, I'm saying white man not to be disrespectful to white people. I'm saying white man to let you understand that it comes from white supremacy. You understand? So she doesn't have any feeling for the child. So it's, first of all, why is it necessary? Why was it necessary for her to come outside dressed like that and film herself playing basketball with her child dressed like that? What was her objective? I'll tell you what her objective was. It was to get noticed. It was to get attention. And it was to get attention and be noticed in a sexual, promiscuous way. As if, now, is that telling her child that it's okay for a woman to sell her body? Will that make that young man respect a woman or not? Like, I mean, I want you guys to understand that. If it's any women listening to this, instead of having a sisterhood, please, women, just take your blinders off. If that's your child, what would your child, your male child, think about a woman that's filming herself like that playing basketball? He doesn't know. The child wasn't a baby. The child seemed like a preteen, maybe around 13 years old. I'm pretty sure she probably was doing this in a way to belittle the father. So now I'm not sure, but we'll just say, we'll just say, all right, she's doing this to belittle the father because the father's not there. So I'm going to play basketball with my child, and I'm going to do it dressed like this in a sexual way, and I'm going to film myself so I can get followers, or I can get attention, or I can get views in a sexual way. Now, is that making that young man respect a woman? Let's move on from here.
Do you have any children?
I do.
Okay. All right. Are you currently identifying as bisexual?
Am I what now?
Have you ever kissed a woman?
Have I ever kissed a woman? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think I knew that?
How do you think what?
How do you think I knew that you have kissed a woman before?
I don't know.
don't think it's kind of interesting, like, wow, Marquette, I've never seen you before, I've never met you before, but somehow you know my sexual history.
No. I mean, if I can ask if you've ever kissed them, I mean, I don't know. Like, just if I'm going by looks, I would think that you may be bisexual, but I don't know. I don't really know.
So,
and I wouldn't even ask you that.
There's a look to sexual deviance. Is that what you're suggesting?
You said what now?
I said you're suggesting that there's a look.
Again, she's not trying to really take accountability for her own actions. So she'll deflect those actions and project those actions upon him. Because if it's something wrong with her, it must be his fault, so to speak. Let's move on.
To sexual deviance. Is that what you were saying?
It can be. It can be.
Okay.
I mean, because just looking at you, I would have thought that, but I wouldn't ask you that.
So you're saying that males who lay with each other, which is an abomination, you're saying that behavior, you can look at someone, and I'd like to know what the look is. Like, would you be kind enough to tell me what the look is? How you can look at someone and tell that they're a male?
I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Like, you look.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure she understood Marquette wasn't gay. I don't think that was her. I don't think that was her objective. And I understand that Marquette knows what an effeminate man looks like. I don't think that was his objective. I think he was just trying to make her accountable for her own decisions as being a lesbian woman. And he was trying to make her accountable for her, as he calls it, deviant behavior. And she didn't want to do that. Instead, she wanted to emasculate him, or I always get that word wrong, but you understand what I mean. She wanted to take his manhood away so she could take his credibility away so that she wouldn't be accountable. She wasn't accountable for what the woman was crashing out was doing as a woman. She wasn't accountable for the woman that was dressed scantily clad for no apparent reason with her younger son videotaping herself playing basketball. She didn't give her any accountability. And I think Marquette was just simply trying to position her in a way where she could take accountability, which she never does. So what we'll do is we'll end the video here. Please stay tuned for the next video. And again, don't forget about Plane Planet. Peace. The inspiration behind Plane Planet is not just some flat earth conspiracy theory. It's the idea that your vision in life belongs to you. You don't have to believe something that you've learned in school. You don't have to believe something that science tells you is true. You can believe what you want to believe. You could be who you want to be. This is the essence of Plane Planet. Plane Planet is a clothing line. It's a Christian clothing line on top of it that you can actually wear and be proud of. This ain't churchy or Bible thumping. This is a quality streetwear brand. This is Plane Planet. Clothing you can believe in.
Come true, and I wonder if you know. Find your dreams come true, and I wonder if you know.